Tanya, Sasha, and Jaylene, thank you for your submission. You all read the specs correctly in terms of getting the travel theme down for sure. And thank you for providing me with the information on exposure for all your shots. Contact sheets look great and well put together. And I'm glad to see one PDF. How awesome is that? So in looking at your examples, some of the ideas to denote travel, um, would be suitcase, would be car and stuff. So Tanya, you went through a lot of different ideas here, which are really cool. I love the dashboard thing, but what makes a dashboard about travel versus just the inside of a car? It could be a person, it could be like a view of the road. That could help a bit. The car keys alone are kind of symbolism. And please know that I appreciate everyone's submission and what you've done. I'm just going to give you some ideas about which ones really hone in and communicate the idea of travel to me as a viewer. So I love that you're trying all this different stuff. This pile looks a little bit messy. I mean, the light is flat and stuff like that, but I do appreciate you trying it. And some of these travel ones with everything ready to go is kind of a cool idea. But seeing these pictures the way they are with the light, they almost look like insurance photos or something. And that's something you're in composition class in photo design to get better at. Excuse my puppy squeaking in the background. I like the idea of the GPS too, but maybe a little too specific. I love the road with the snow. I think that's kind of a cool shot, the vertical and the horizontal, because it gives the idea of a season that you have in your area. I'm not sure about the bed ones after. I guess maybe you're showing like when you arrive somewhere at the end. In any case, same thing, the idea of the suitcase, but it kind of just looks like a bunch of stuff versus maybe a travel. I've had people have a suitcase on the side of the road and shoot the suitcase with the road in front of them, and someone hitchhiking and all kinds of things, people standing with maps and so on. So don't be afraid to use people in these photos as well. So some of the still life here, I would encourage you all to work with as much natural light as possible, because you really haven't taken any studio or lighting classes yet. So, that's challenging. The one on the far left, I like though, that light works and everything inside, it looks like it's fit well for travel. I would say the best advice for you is to continue to shoot and maybe use some outdoor light and maybe take some of travel components like a map or the suitcase, take it to the streets or put it in a trunk of a car, and have people in it. Don't be afraid. And finally, Jaylene, these are great. It looks like you have overexposure going on. And if you're working in manual mode, just make sure that the line is under the 0 at all times, if not a little under sometimes, depending on the light. But I can see you have good light and shadow here, so the exposures could be contained. F18 is quite high, especially because 1/50th, you could get some camera shake if you're not careful, because you should only use a shutter speed of 1/100th of a second or above when you're outside. So try to stick with, like, the Sunny 16 rule is great. It's a good f-stop to use in bright sun. It's actually really great to filter the sun. However, if you don't have the shutter speed capability to keep it at 1/100th, I might drop it down to F11 or so on. I like your composition work, and I do get the idea of like a hiking trail and so on, but I think you need to reshoot just by the very nature of the overexposure here, and that you're going with leading lines and lines. But I'd like to see more of the travel theme mentioned in there for the book cover. So I hope this feedback helps, and I hope you keep getting good weather so that you can continue to explore and put some more work in for feedback in the second or third task this week. Hope this helps.